Okay, guys. So in this lecture, we are going to, focus on an intermediate period, which was just after 19th century, which was, a kind of a turning moment in the world of cryptography. Okay. So what happened in this period was that we all know that just after the 19th century, we had two major wars. Okay, namely World War One and World War Two. Okay, and at that time, the whole world was at the war. Okay, and cryptography took a center place at that time. Okay, because many of these countries, okay, used to communicate with their fellow military men using this some form of, encrypted message or some form of codes. Okay, and it was very important for the other side of the countries, okay, to, kind of break this code, okay, so as to know what they are planning next, okay, in the war. Okay, so this was a very interesting period in the world of cryptography, and we all know that at the same time, with the advent of industrial revolution, okay, so there was a much more progress in the world of machines. Okay, and many electromagnetic machines, okay, many mechanical machines were devised at that time. Okay, and you would be amazed to know that these electromagnetic machines and mechanical machines were also used in the field of cryptography actually during that period. Okay, so one such interesting use case I would like to present over here is that at the time of World War II, okay, you literally know that the whole world was fighting these countries, which was like Germany. Germany was the major, axis power which was trying to fight these allied powers at that time. Okay, and at that time, Germans devised a machine which was known as Enigma machine, guys. Okay, Enigma machine. Okay, and that machine, you can see it. Let me put up okay, let me highlight it to you. So the machine that you are seeing on the left hand side, okay, it was the Enigma machine, guys. Okay, on the leftmost image. Okay, and this machine was actually used by Germans, okay, to transmit messages between each other. Okay, and this machine was nothing but a electromagnetic rotor machine wherein there was couple of settings. Okay, just like we learnt in Caesar cipher, that each letter was shifted by some fixed number of positions, guys, right, to devise a new encrypted message. So this was a very complex form of a similar thing. Okay, so in this thing there was a machine, okay, wherein if you say type A, and based on the settings of the machine in form of like rotors, okay, rotors, okay, so in form of those rotors, if you have a setting in that machine, okay, and if you type A in that machine, that A would randomly lead to some other character. Okay, similarly when you type B, it would lead to some other character based on the settings of that machine. Okay, and this machine was literally thought to be unbreakable, guys. Okay, that no one was able to break it, and as a result of which no one was able to decrypt the Germans messages. Okay, and as a result of which Germany was winning the war like anything. Okay, you are all aware of the history that during the initial part of the war, okay, in World War II, Germany was a dominant power at that time. Okay, and this was one of the major reasons that nobody was able to break into their plan. Okay, now at that time there was a young scientist, okay, or a young scholar named Alan Turing, okay, who is also known today as the father of modern computing, okay, modern computer science. Okay, so he was basically appointed by these allied powers, okay, to somehow break this Enigma machine. Okay, and you would be amazed to know that he was having a theory, guys, that a machine like Enigma can be broke down by another machine only. Like you can hack that machine, okay, by using another machine only. It cannot be done by a single person or a group of persons. Okay, because it was very very complex, guys. This Enigma machine was very complex, okay, in terms of its settings, and nobody was knowing that what setting is there, okay, to break out the message. Okay. And another important thing was that I forgot to mention that these rotor settings, guys, that I told you, right? So they Germans used to change it every morning. That was another problem. Okay. So say for example, the Allied powers have started to, decrypt this machine. Okay. But by the time it's 12 a.m., okay, the machine's settings were changed again, guys. Okay. So the whole day of work, whole day of effort of breaking out this machine used to go in vain, guys. Okay. So this was another challenge, okay, in front of Alan Turing at that time. Okay. So you'd be amazed to know that he actually made a machine, okay, which he named as Christopher. Christopher was named after his boyfriend. Actually, he was known to be a gay, guys. Okay. So he named that machine after his friend named Christopher. Okay. Informally. And this machine actually succeeded actually in breaking the Enigma code. Okay. So it was able to perform these huge number of millions of calculations. Okay. And finally used to arrive at the setting, okay, which was causing the Enigma machine to give a specific output. Okay. And that machine, you can see it in the middle image, okay, in the middle picture. It was that much complex of an electromagnetic machine, okay, that he devised at that time to break the Enigma code. Okay. So it was quite interesting, although he died later on by, I think, suicide or some poisoning. Okay. So he was a great guy, and the world owes a lot to him in winning the war. Okay. Otherwise, we all know that what would have happened if the war would have went the other side. So so that's an interesting case, and you can see that at this time cryptography was slowly evolving, from the old methods that we learnt as part of classic cryptography, which was pretty much easy for the modern world to decipher. So this intermediate period was a kind of transition, guys, into the modern computing that we are going to learn after this lecture, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys, for this lecture. I hope you are clear on that, and I hope it was an interesting lecture for you guys. So if you have no question, guys, so we can move on to the next lecture towards modern cryptography. Thank you.